Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of Catfish Combat with Joel. It is a beautiful spring day that the Lord has made today. We're in early March. It has been a really frustrating morning getting started here. So I'll get into that in a second. Let's talk weather conditions for today. So the high today is going to be about 72. So it's beautiful out, nice and warm. Atmospheric pressure is about 30.26, so a little bit on the higher end. Wind is 10 miles an hour out of the east. Now, the big thing I got to contend with today is the current. So it is Friday. It's my day off today. Dropped the kids off at school this morning. Got out here at about 11. So about, let's see, I think it was like 5 or 6 days ago, we had a ton of rain, okay? So when that rain hit, man, it got really crazy on this river, and it flooded worse than I've ever seen. I mean, boat ramps, everything was underwater for a really long time. Got some weight coming in here. Okay, so I thought after about 6 days we'd be down a lot more. We're not. Still really flooded. And also, they are cranking the dam. I can tell by this current that they probably got every sluice gate open right now. So the thing I got to contend with right now is a lot of current coming through here. Water's very cloudy, very high. Now, with the current coming through here real fast, that's going to really limit the places I can fish. So where I'm going to be able to fish are deep holes, and anywhere there's a deep hole, there's kind of that current break in the hole, or where there's a turn in the river, there's some type of finger or something sticking out that creates a current break. That's going to channel most of the fish where I want them, okay? So what I'm going to start with today, I'm going to start with a deep hole. I'm on one of the deepest holes in an area. Everybody knows where this area is if you guys look around, and I'll show you in a second. But yeah, so I'm on a deep hole. Now where the issues came in today, man, it took me over an hour to get shad. They were scattered over Ditto Landing. I only got maybe one or two at a time. Finally, towards the end, I found a school. I mean, they were really, really small schools and moving around a lot. So I was getting 1, 2 here and there. Finally got about 5 in one throw. That's good enough. So I got about 14 pretty big gizzard shad. Then the other issue, when I got to this spot, when I tried to set up my anchor, I threw it and I got dragged. I threw my rear anchor too. I got dragged by the front one, but the back one caught a rock. And as I was going backwards, I recovered the front one, and the rear one was getting pulled so badly, I flipped around and I couldn't gain any traction on that thing. And as I tried to pull, the boat started to take on water. The current was just too strong. I tried to hook up one of my little one of those buoy buffer things you put on your boats for the dams and stuff like that. Man, that thing went right down under, and I lost my anchor. So I only got a front anchor today. But yeah, I'm going to try this hole. I'm probably only going to throw about 2 or 3 lines out here at first, just because the current's so strong. If I throw too many out, they're just going to collect at one point. So I'll start with the gizzard shad, and we'll see what happens from here. Okay, so for my setup for this spot, so this is kind of the back side of the hole right here. I'm only going to run 2 rods. You guys can see this current, plus I don't have a rear anchor to stabilize right now, so I'm just going to run 2. Otherwise, they're going to run into each other. We're going to have some serious confliction issues. So I got a live shad running on this one right here. On this one, I got a big cut to gizzard shad. One thing about live shad, I don't use a lot of them. I sometimes, well, I'm kind of targeting flatheads today. First warm week we've had, so I think they're going to get active this week. So I have the live well right here. I only put 2 in there. So shad don't do well in live wells. They usually, they give off ammonia when they get stressed, and they tend to die really easily. So if the water's cold, here's what I found out. If the water is cold, and you only keep about 2 or 3 in there, and they're not sucking up too much oxygen from each other, you'll end up being okay. So they'll stay alive for a couple hours, so I'm going to use one of them first. So I got about an 8 or 9 inch gizzard shad on this one, and a real big, about an 8 or 9 gizzard shad, half the head piece on this one. I'll give this spot about 20 minutes, and then if not, we'll just keep hopping down holes and current break lines if I don't get anything. So I moved off of that spot on the cliff right there. Just was too much current. I couldn't even get my weights down underneath the current. It's just ripping too hard. So what I did is, you guys can see, I fished here before. You guys have seen this spot. So you got a little finger right here. You got a bend. You can see how fast the river's moving this way. Right here, you can see there's a current seam. It kind of creates a nice little slack water pool over here on the back. Still some current coming through here pretty decently, but it's nowhere near what it is in the other areas of the river. Saw some sonar signatures of what looked like some catfish on the bottom, like kind of past that tree. There's a little hump that goes down there. So I'm going to start here, see what happens. Didn't last very long on that cliff. Just wasn't working out. It was just too much current. So yeah, so I got live shad on this one. He's still in there, or he's still alive. He was still kicking when I reeled him back up. I got a shad head on this one, shad body section, smaller shad head, and then I brought out the little bait caster. I threw it kind of right there in the little current pool by the shore. I've got a little strip of shad. I'm seeing some gar. I'm also seeing what looks like maybe skipjack feeding in this pool right here. So I might throw the rooster tail out there, see if I can get some skipjack while I'm waiting. All right, let's see what happens here. Yeah, got him. Yeah, I got him. Oh, that's a nice fish. Yeah, whatever he is, he's pretty good. He's a good fish. Yep. This might be a flathead. He came up and nibbled on it. He didn't slam it like these blues. That's what I'm after today. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I saw a little bit of love tapping, pop, 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 and then whoop, he took off with it. Let's see what we got here. He's not shaking, he's just diving. Typical flathead behavior. Let's see. I may be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. We'll see what we got. He's not pulling drag, so probably not as big of a fish as I thought he was. Oh crap, my little guy's getting hit over there. The one on the end, the small piece. Let's see what we got here. That current also makes them feel a lot bigger. Oh, no, it's a blue. Not a real big blue either. I think the current's just making them feel a lot bigger than they actually are. Yeah. Oh well, that's fine. It's a good start, good skunk buster fish. My wife is getting her kitchen remodeled. Ginger. My wife's getting her kitchen remodeled today, so yeah, I'm not gonna be keeping fish. All right, dude. Don't bite my fingers. I'm gonna let you go. All right, good way to start the day. Pretty fish. Later, dude. Get bigger. All right, so I got to do a little bit of advertising here. So I recently changed my hooks up. I was going with Gamakatsu circle hooks, the octopus circle hooks. Man, there was one day I missed 4 fish in a row, and I know there was nothing wrong with the tip of that hook. So kind of got tired of losing fish. So I switched over to these Mustad Demon circle hooks. Love these things. I have yet to lose a fish on these. I've gone, good grief, like 12 out of 12 since I started using them. I mean, every big hit, I've caught that fish. So definitely recommend these. I like them a lot. Yeah, so I'm going to keep using these from now on. This is the 10-aught Mustad Demon. It's the wide mouth circle hooks. 3's getting back here. Yeah, I got him. Yeah, he's not real big. Yeah, he's thrashing. I think it's a blue cat. It's a blue or a channel. I think, I don't know, I may be wrong for 2 out of 2 today. We'll see. He's not a big fish though. Oh, it's a channel. Channel cat. It's all right, we'll take him. Let's see. He's fat, he's been eating. Come here, you. Yeah. That's a decent channel cat for the Tennessee River. It's not a huge catfish, but it's a fish. I'm out here enjoying the gorgeous sun. Come on, dude. There we go. All right, buddy. Stay. Okay, so I'm on my 3rd spot here. Again, this is one of those days where the only spots you're really going to find are where there's a current break. You can see the water moving. Believe it or not, that's actually about half the speed of the rest of the river. So there's a current seam right here. I kind of did a little recon of this flat over here. Turned on my side finder and definitely saw some signatures of some fish out here on this flat. It definitely slows down kind of on the edge right there. So I'm going to start here. I may work my way down a little bit further. There was another fishing boat over there. I don't want to intrude on him. So I'll start on this end of the flat and move my way that way if I don't get a lot here. But yeah, oh, I took off the bass bait caster. There's just too much current. Thing would just get pulled right here into the middle. I've got 6-ounce pyramid weights on every one of these. That's the biggest I got to try to hold these things in place. All right, let's give this spot a try. See what happens. Yeah, I got a fish. I just threw my rooster tail off to the side there, and this thing got bounced, man. So I hope no fish grabs that other one. I'm gonna lose a rig. Wasn't ready for that one. And he's either in the current or just really heavy. Again, it's really hard to judge the size of these fish because of the current. This one feels just like a boat anchor, man. But he's not moving much. So it's either a really lethargic blue cat or flathead. See if we can get him untangled here. Probably just gonna bare hand him if I can. Crap, he's caught up in that rooster tail. Oh, it's a blue cat. All right, let's get this in a rod holder so I don't lose it. There he is. Yeah, look at him, man, just dragging him over the surface. All right, dude, come here. Let me get you in here. Yeah, knock it off. Man, that was a mess. She wrapped me up. She's cranky. She's barking at me, growling. I said, why? Why'd you catch me today? That's a decent fish. Nice and fat. Look at that gut, man. It's probably about a 30 incher. All right, let's let her go. Let her girl, go get bigger. Yeah, that's a big fish, man. Yeah, this fish has got some oomph to him. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, he's pulling some drag. There's a better fish. Oh, man. Wasn't ready for that one. Man, they're getting me when I'm not ready. When I'm watching, I was messing some around. I was trying to text somebody. That rod went woof. Went for a dive. Let's see what we got here. Let's shift this guy over. That didn't take long, man. I've only been in this spot for about 2 minutes. Again, it's always hard to judge based on really strong current, but this definitely feels like a little bit of a better fish. He's heavy. It's on a shad head. So I've been getting them on both. This one's a shad head. This is fish 4, so I'm getting on the body sections and the head pieces. Hasn't really mattered that much which one. Let's see what we got here. So I moved to this spot. I changed up a little bit. There he goes. He's running. I changed up a little bit. This spot had a little bit less current. It's kind of where the turn occurs. I was wondering if they were going to be sitting right here, or a big one would be sitting right here, right where the slack water pool comes in, over here to my right. And I ended up being right on this one. So let's see what this fish is, see what he looks like. It's right out there on the turn. Man, that current's bad. Let's see what we got here. I'm pretty sure it's a blue cat, just by the way he's fighting. Oh man, he's way over there. Look at him, he gets in that current. He starts pulling drag just from the current. Here, let's move this rod outbound. Get that one out of the way here. There he goes, he's running. Yeah, it's definitely a better fish. There. So that 40-pound mono comes in handy, man. Stuff is strong. Let's get him up behind the boat here. what we're looking at. And he ain't done. That's a good, yeah, that's a good blue cat. That's a better cat, man. Like I said, these things are just boat anchors in this current. Look at that, it just drags. It's not a monster, but it's a good fish. All right, yeah, tighten up the drag a little bit, get him in here. Probably just bare hand him. Let's see if I can get him. He's hooked real good, right in the top of the jaw right there. Let's get him closer. Whoa, 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 stay out of the boat. Yeah, stay out of it. Got him right in the lower lip as I was. Correction. There we go. It's a good fish, probably about 20-pounder. All right, for some length, he's coming in at 36. Let's get a weight on him. Let's get a weight. What we got here? 24. It's not a bad fish, man. I'll take it. Alrighty. Yeah, again, not a trophy class fish, but I'll take it, man. That's pretty good for a day like today. All right, let's let him go. All right, buddy. I want to go get bigger. There we go. All right, another little gear thing. So yeah, my last scale I had, that kind of little cheapo plastic one. So I think it was a couple trips ago, I caught a blue cat that I thought was 42 pounds. That's basically what the weight of the scale told me. That fish took some strain for me to lift, and I'm not a weak guy, man. I kind of know when something's heavier than 42 pounds. So I went home and I took that old scale and I hung some of my bumper weights on it and tested it. And sure enough, man, there was at least a 20% difference in the weight. It was less than what it was actually supposed to be. So yeah, that scale was completely inaccurate. It was like I put a 45-pound plate on there. It was like 35 pounds. 25-pounder was like 18. So yeah, just all kinds of issues with that one. So I ended up getting rid of it, and I got this one on Amazon. I just weighed it. When I hung my bumper weights off this one, it was down to like the ounce. I mean, it was plus or minus maybe 1 or 2 ounces. So it's a lot more accurate scale. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. Is from Amazon. It's a crane scale. It's like a farm or utility scale. So yeah, like it so far. Okay, so here's been my strategy today that I've figured out what has worked and what hasn't. Fish, water temperature is about 51 degrees on the surface. So the fish, they're definitely in these areas like this where you see a current seam, there's a lot of current, and then again, we got slack water here. There aren't a lot of places that have this in this section of the river near deep water. All the fish have been between about 30 to 40 feet. So with that being said, so I've looked for those kind of current seams right here, and I'm just setting on them. Now, I'm not setting any spot more than 20 minutes. I figured this out pretty early, that if fish were in the holes that I was at, they were hitting within 5 minutes. And then after that, like whatever fish you got in that hole, that was pretty much it, because I would hang out for another 30 minutes and just nothing. So every hole that I had fish on it, like I had to put it right, pretty much right in front of them. And again, within less than 5 minutes, I was catching fish on those holes. So I'm giving spots about 20 minutes tops, and I'm not jumping big distances either. Like my next one here, I'm just hopping holes. Like I'm gonna hop another maybe 150, 200 meters that way, and then keep going that way and keep going that way around these trees. So yeah, I'm doing that every 20 minutes. I'm usually picking up a fish or two each hole, and then just moving on to the next one once it goes cold. So yeah, again, don't fall in love with the plan. Kind of figure out what works and play around with little different strategies and see what happens, and yeah, figure out what works and what doesn't. Yeah, I got him. This has been a really hard spot to fish. He's not big. Really tough spot to fish because of the current, not having a rear anchor, man. I'm oscillating hard. But yeah, he grabbed that thing, it went limp, and he charged the boat. He's not big. Yeah. Might be a channel cat. Let's see what we got here. There's a lot of current here. I'm on a current break, but then it turns right here and creates a kind of a weird whirlpool effect. Let's get him up here. What we got here? Can't tell. Is that channel? That's a blue. Yeah, not big blue. He's tangling my other line too. And he got the other one. Yep. Not a bad fish. I'll take it. Right in the corner of the mouth. All right. Pretty fish. Look, he's missing an eye. Look at that. Look, he's missing an eye there. All right. Later, dude. Go get bigger. Dive bomb! Up here, man. The one I was snagged on had a fish on it, too. That's funny. I didn't know that. So I got two at once. So this is the one that was all rolled up. I didn't even know he was there. I just started reeling up the slack. Look at that. Little blue cat. That's fish number 7. That's funny. All right, little guy. Go get bigger, dude. Who's our good doggy? Oh my goodness. Ginger. Who's good dog? Oh yeah. She gets more chipper as it cools off. Yeah. Oh yeah, just so happy. I know. Oh gosh, give me a kiss. All right, so that's going to wrap us up for this episode of Catfish Combat. So, quick summary of today. Kind of a challenging day. It still paid off. Got a lot of quantity fish, one quality fish, not the size I've been getting this winter, but again, we're going through that transition point right now. So yeah, again, still fun, beautiful day to be out there and catch some fish. So what I keyed in on today, the fish were all in these slack water pools, and there weren't very many of them, and they were scattered. So it was like maybe 1 or 2 per pool, and then once you caught those 1 or 2, that was really it. You had to move on to the next one. I didn't spend any more than 30 minutes tops at a pool, but typically I was hopping pools about every 20 minutes. I would hit a fish and then move on to the next one. So that was kind of the name of the game today. Soaking baits did not work. Fish were not on the move. They weren't active during the day. So I had to put it right in front of them. However, again, picked up some fish. So yeah, I'll call that a win for the day. And yeah, my dog, he's pooped. She was being kind of crazy today, a little kooky. She wanted lots of petting, lots of love. Didn't you, Ginger? Yeah, she's ignoring me now. She's giving me the cold shoulder. All right, yeah, guys, so yeah, it's gonna wrap us up. So anyways, yeah, remember, today's the day the Lord has made. Stay on mission for him. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe if you feel like it. If not, no biggie. All right, y'all, take care and God bless.